There is a silent epidemic of son husbands taking place right here, right now in our modern culture, and damn it, somebody's got to call it out. Mothers raising their own husbands, which is weird just in the terminology, but the idea is even more sick. When you have a woman who is unmarried, either from divorce or was never married to the father of the children, and therefore the son essentially takes on the role and responsibility of the husband. Now, I'm not saying all that weird, freaky stuff that you may be thinking right now. Instead, it is the emotional, the psychological, and sometimes physical as far as doing things, maybe even going out there and getting a job and providing or whatever that may be. Yeah, there is an epidemic of son husbands, and it needs to stop because it's not helping anybody. It's not helping the brothers who then become infantilized, who then can never actually grow up under their mother and become their own man. And then for the women who associate with these men, trying to have relationships, and all of a sudden you got somebody in your way. Hell no, you're not about to take my baby from me. Now, in this situation right here, we got a whole entire grown ass man, a man worth multis of millions of dollars, a professional athlete, who hopefully at this point in his life can think for himself, act for himself, make decisions for himself. Sitting next to a young lady who I don't know much about, but I know that, she's been gracing the covers of ESPN and she's been making her way in women's basketball. And they're having a good old time. Matter of fact, let me just let the moment play out. Let me let this play out for y'all. Look at this right here.
Is the cutest thing.
Y'all gotta check this out, man.
Now, Juju's 19. Is 24. It's when she does the cute little touch of the ear thing and smiles, and then wait for it later. His mom came out.
I don't even know when the hell that happened. There was no transition. There was no fade in black, fade in white. There was no cross, you know what I mean? When the two images are cross intersecting right there in the middle. None of that happened. You just see one moment, homegirl smiling, having a good time with buddy. Hee, 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 hee. Ain't nothing that damn funny, but she's feeling them, whatever. Okay. Yeah, this might be, a couple in the making. This might be husband and wife for the future. But no, mama's not having it. Mama's not having. Now look at mama here.
My face.
Real quick, the dude in the background of this video sounds exactly like my cousin. Shout out my cousin Junior. This sounds exactly like my cousin Junior might have uploaded this damn video. This might be him. He might see this video and be like, well, I'll be damned.
I realize that you have hands.
Did y'all see the face? Y'all missed it. Look. Let me show y'all. Look at bruh. Ain't nothing that damn funny, but you feeling her. Look. Aww. Look. Oh my God. We on camera. But she was laughing and everything. Look how she looking at him. Okay. Now, hopefully she ain't got a man already. He ain't got a woman because we don't play those games over here. We don't play the trifling games over here. But, if they single or whatever it is, and maybe they got a little thing low key. Maybe they try to give you a low key. Okay. But then look at that. Look at that face. Aw, look at it. Aw. She's like, okay. Wow. Ain't that a cute couple, folks? Ain't that a cute couple right there? Wait for it. From that right there, remember this. Implant this in your brain right now. In your brain follicles right now. I know your brain doesn't have follicles. I know that's your hair. Relax. Damn biologists out there. So see that right there? Boom, right? Now here. Damn. Look at that. That's a demon. I'm sorry, mama, you're playing demon games right now. If this is a woman who is a dangerous woman for your son, etc., then go talk to bruh after. Even again, I completely understand if that's the case. I don't know what homegirl's on. I don't know what type of time she's on. I really don't. I don't. And frankly, I'm not really that interested because I already got my woman. So really not interested in anybody else's business like that. But what I will say is the problem can't be deep enough to where you got to do this on public television. I'm thinking narcissism. This is what this is giving me. This is giving me, I hate the fact that there is more attention on this little girl than there is on me. And I did an entire video on mothers speaking, about how they feel invisible because their daughters are growing up. Their daughters are beautiful and getting attention now. So the mothers want this validation from the daughter to say, well, am I still beautiful? Am I still seen? And then some of them are competing with their daughters. That is toxic. That is absolutely toxic. That man right there, this is a whole entire grown man, probably paying your bills as well. Unfortunately, this young man right here, he has every right to talk to this young lady right here so long as he's not married, she's not married. He's not in a relationship, she's not in a relationship. She's not wearing no 304 attire, none of that. She's got her basketball drip on. She's got her hair up, basketball drip. He loves the natural. He's okay. And look at you coming in between. Let's play this out. Nobody. Look. She's pointing like look at that. Y'all see that? And that right there is the reason why you can. No. He is not your husband. And even if he was your husband, if your husband is talking, let's say, to another woman or something like that, that's trifling as hell. That's right. I question the validity of the relationship if that's how he's moving through life. Okay? Straight up. Kiki kaka. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. Even if you're in my comment, oh, you kind of cute with it, whatever. No, I'm not commenting back. I'm not commenting back. I want to hear that coming from one person, my person. Simple as that. Simple as that. I don't need my ego boosted. I don't need any of that. Okay. But in this situation right here, let's say single girl, single guy, having a real good conversation. She's feeling him. He's feeling her. Cool. Okay. Look, modesty. I don't know what she dresses like outside of the basketball court. I don't know. Maybe she's a 304. I don't know. Maybe mom knows something we don't. But for that moment for you to intervene in this sort of way tells me one thing. It's not actually about him. It's about you. You are defensive. You're protecting your narcissistic supply, allegedly, likely. Again, I can't diagnose you here in real time, but I know that for a fact, you are protecting. You're gatekeeping your son. So I would ask, why would you do that? Why would you not want him to actually, maybe find somebody who's good for him? Hopefully who's good for him. Would you rather have him end up with some sneaky link type chick, end up in his DMs with an IG? Like, is that what you want for him? An OF chick? Is that what you want for him? I'm guessing she's a hooper, right? If she's an OF girl, okay, maybe I have some understanding. If she's a real life 304, a quote unquote adult actress, okay, as a father, I would pull up on my son and be like, hey, this ain't it. But let the moment play through, whatever. And then I'm gonna have a conversation behind closed doors. Buddy, pal, my guy, this ain't it. This ain't the type of person you want to be dealing with. And hopefully I've already established a foundation to where he doesn't even want that. I mean, this mother might be somebody who has the same characteristics as this one. Let me go ahead and pull that back up. This one might have the same character. Maybe he likes her because she reminds him of this one, which can be problematic, right? I'm not trying to get into some Freudian type of, no. Some Oedipus complex type of mess. But I'm saying maybe she set a good foundation. But truth be told, she's even a little more out there than this young girl right here. That is incredible. Let's run this back one more time. Look at that. Look at that. Look, whatever he said, okay. She didn't even hear what he said. She's just looking at him like, wow, we're going to make cute babies. That's all she's thinking. He looks up. Oh, he looked up real quick. Look, y'all see, look at the change in his face. Y'all look at the change in his face. Boom. He said, wait for, oh, that's the moment right there. She scratched her head. It went from this to this to that. Now buddy's on his phone in the DMs. Because mama thought she was doing something. I can't have my baby going out and talk. Okay. Then go ahead and have your son end up with one of them. This is incredible. And maybe the mama knows that this is a good girl. Whatever. Maybe she knows that because some of these mothers are very toxic. Some of these mothers are damn near they're damn near evil, the way in which they treat their own children and how they sabotage their own. And I've seen it between daughters and mothers, but as far as the son-mother relationship, she can be so attached Boy mom, right? There's a difference between boy mom and having a mama's boy. Mama's boy ain't gonna work out long term for whoever you're in relationship with. I've seen situations where, couples getting married and you got the mama over there making all the decisions about the damn wedding, what type of dress is gonna be worn, what's gonna be eaten. I'm like, are you getting married? Or are we getting married? Mama, get out of our business. Stop making these boys your husband. That's not your man. If you ain't got a man, then maybe that's telling. If you've got so much time on your hands, or if you do have a man, maybe the mama does have a man. I don't know. I didn't do deep research on this woman. But if she does have a man in her life, if she does have a man, then what type of relationship is it to where you can't mind your own business? That's usually what tends to happen. When you ain't got stuff going on in your own life, it doesn't have to be a relationship. But when you don't have stuff going on in your life isn't interesting enough. You try to get into other people's business. You try to create dramas and turmoil. And I'm not into that. That's why I'm going off. I'm popping off right now because I don't like this sort of behavior. I'm not a fan of it. And it's not healthy for anybody. I'm into healthy relationship dynamics. I want a man and a woman to come together, not a boy and a girl. You understand me? I want two mature individuals coming together, making that decision in a moral way, in an upright way, with integrity. And when they make a promise to each other, they keep that promise. That's what I'm into. That's what I stand for and stand behind. But whatever homegirl here's on, let's just play her part out. Because I know I didn't pause and look how she looks at her. Look how she looks. There's no way. There's no way. Nah, mama. We're having a real serious conversation back home. And if you continue to keep this up, you getting cut off. You are uninvited from the future wedding. If you continue, look at that.
I'm not here.
That boy, my cousin Junior's done in that video. That boy's caked. This is why it matters to bring back the institution of marriage in the household. And I'm not even trying to get religious on you. These are just the facts. Child does better. Man does better. Woman does better. Everybody thrives when you have the institution of marriage that is prioritized. Because a lot of the son husbands comes from a dynamic of the father's not there for whatever reason. And I'm not trying to pin that to the woman alone or just the man alone, but I will say that it is a very unhealthy dynamic and everybody will suffer. Mother might think she's getting the best part of the deal because she's protecting her baby, whatever. Your son is going to resent you. I remember me and my girl watched, Jumping the Broom or Jump the Broom? I actually showed her the damn movie, right? She's not from the States, so I'm like, okay, here's a few of these little sideline movies. She's watched all the main ones. But we're watching that, and I was like, well, there's the son husband right there. There's the son husband where mama matters more than the person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. And your mama was there, and she did everything she could for you. She loved you, and she will love you. I get that. In some cases, I get that. But she has no business controlling and ruling your life. You're a grown adult. And for the mothers who are raising those boys, remember that you're raising the man that's going to end up with that woman. So if you're not raising a man essentially you can't really raise a man necessarily. You need a man to be an example of that. That's the God honest truth. You can do your best. You can do everything you can. You can nurture a child and, you can bring up a boy and care and love a boy, but you can't create or raise that man. He needs those masculine symbols. And I'm guessing he had some. Maybe his father is very much in his life. Maybe y'all married. I see him here. He's in the NFL. He's doing his damn thing, right? He's sitting courtside with homegirl over here. He's doing something in his life, right? He's likely wanting for nothing. So, there was an example set of discipline and follow through and things of that nature. So then trust the process. Let the boy go. Let him fly. If he makes mistakes, then that's on him. You give him advice and he doesn't follow it and he makes he's going to have to bear the consequences of such. But this type of behavior, I'm going to turn that off. Brother. This type of behavior, right here. Watch. Wait for it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 3, 6, 5, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up. You know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises. You get to praising.